On 2nd March, the Speaker of Parliament Rebecca Kadaga stated the passing of an 18 billion shillings supplementary budget meant for the compensation of businessmen Dovodico Mwanje, Medard Kiconco and 6 other claimants.
From the height of the World Bank Group.
This after Beatrice Nyakaisiki, the chairperson of the Uganda Land Commission, a body charged with government land compensations, questioned the criteria, the value of the land in question, and the size of the said land titles. An ad hoc committee chaired by Kaberamaido County MP Veronica Bichetero was constituted to look into the concerns raised. On Tuesday, the committee presented its findings before the House. According to the committee findings, Medard Kiconco is the true owner of the 9.6 acres of land in Lusanje, in Wakiso, and therefore should be compensated 3.84 billion shillings as valued by the government valuer. According to the committee, government through the Prime Minister Dr. Rugunda had on humanitarian grounds promised to compensate Kiconco and resettle over 336 families whose houses he demolished as he claimed the land on 12th October 2018.
The government should, on a humanitarian basis, acquire this land and resettle the affected people on it. 2. Parliament should approve the sum of Uganda shillings 3,844 million for payment to the registered proprietor of the land.
Whenever these people who are owning land titles are compensated, the Vivanja holders should be assisted, should be given these free land titles to settle on this land.
The same committee has also cleared 3.8 billion to be compensated to Dovodico Mwanje, who demolished the church in Ndeeba. The committee approved the compensation based on the ruling of the High Court and the failure by the trustee of the Church of Uganda to file their appeal within the prescribed time.
The committee recommends that the payment of Uganda shillings 3,802,500,000 be approved to compensate Messrs. Ephraim Enterprises Limited, the registered proprietor.
Before we pay any money to Ndeeba for compensation, we might be dragged as Parliament to this problem of this church, because what is on record is that the owner of land is not willing to take his land, and he wants to meet and mitigate between you.
Any compensation is in billions, 6 billions, 10 billion, when really, in real sense, an acre in some areas is costing less than even 10 million.
The committee further cleared the compensation of Kasia Rwabuhururu, whose land is located in Chiunga Shema at 6.4 billion, Stephen Peter Nagenda of Bwansa Chivale 1 billion, Julius Busulwa of Buyaga Chivale 1.4 billion, Natalia Namuli of Buyaga Chivale 1.6 billion, Isaiah Lukwana of Buyaga Chivale 125 million, and Geoffrey Mjisha of Buyaga Chivale at 1.4 billion. For the committee, these individuals' land had been rightfully valued, and some had even received initial payments from government. However, the committee found no urgency for them to be compensated through a supplementary budget.
I want to implore our government that these poor people whose property has been taken over by government should be promptly be paid. I don't need to come and to know the Prime Minister, so I have a recommendation that pay Honorable Paul Omwiru because he's going for medical attention.
The committee also found out that due to internal bickering, the Ministry of Lands had starved the Commission of Resources for compensation and running its activities.
We regret the skirmishes and the exchanges between our leaders in the recent past, but maybe I can say it is because of personalities, but not an institutional problem.
And that the Commission does not have proper records of all those individuals supposed to be compensated by government. Herbert Ziwa, NTV.
Right, Honourable Speaker, establishing